Alright, hey everybody, welcome to the money making guide for GTA 5. This is a plan of how to do it the legit way and not cheating. If you want to cheat, the best way to make money is duplications. If you want to play fair, the best way to make money is the agency. It's hands down the best property in the game. You can get your first couple million from the agency by doing the Dre heist. And then everything after that is going to be investing in passive income. And I'm going to give you the full breakdown of how to do that. So, the first thing you need to know about the agency is that it has, when it's fully upgraded, snacks and armor, which you're gonna want to be buying because these missions are fucking stupid. As a grinder, this is gonna be your best purchase. Alright. You're going to want to be focusing on security unless if you're new and you haven't made anything, you're going to want to do these instead. You're going to want to do all of the Dr. Dre stuff to get a million at least. And then you can repeat it again and get 2 million, but it takes a long time. You're going to be investing at least your whole first day doing the missions for that, but you can do it in an invite only, so nothing will happen to you. You're gonna get three random jobs. Recovering valuables is actually not that hard. So those are the worst 3 to get, but out of all of those, recover is probably your best bet. You have to do 150 of these missions in order to get the full passive income, which I also do not have, and I've been playing this game for a really long time. So, also, GTA 6 has been announced, so if you're still struggling for money, you might not even want to bother trying to even give a shit about grinding, but if you want, that's the best way. The next best way is to have a friend who already has Bogdan heist ready to go, and then they can give you the $1 million and keep their heist. But if you don't have a friend who can do that, then you're going to want to ignore the facility and do not buy the facility. Because 100% we do not want to do any of the grinding required to unlock Bogdan for yourself. It's a waste of fucking time. You're going to be dedicating multiple days to trying to complete that. Alright. The next thing you want to own is the nightclub. The nightclub's the next best business. It generates $250,000 passively, and all you have to do is maintain your popularity. You can do that by going to your nightclub and either driving your VIP home in the limo, or you can kick the barfing guy out, or you can kick the guy in the back trying to fuck with your truck out. It's gonna generate a random event inside your nightclub with a blue check mark, or a blue person, or a blue indicator of some kind. You just do that and you instantly get like almost all the popularity you could ever need. And then you can also change the DJ for 10K. You're gonna have to set up the nightclub and get all the DJs in order for that to work out. Then you're gonna want to, once you have enough, buy the salvage yard. The salvage yard is gonna give you even more money. And all you have to do is tow 2 cars. Then you're gonna want to do the triple business, the cash, the money laundering, the money fronts. You're gonna want to get that because the money fronts are 3 businesses, and once you've done enough missions that are called money laundering missions, You never have to do those again, and all you have to do is just occasionally wash a car, occasionally do the hell tour, and occasionally do the weed delivery. And then you're going to be making 100K pretty quick. Every once in a while. Alright, and now with all of those purchased, then you're going to want to try to get a lot of money so that you can buy the arcade and all of the arcade machines, because that will also give you a decent amount of passive income. But that one costs a lot, so you're going to probably want to prioritize doing that last when you're already pretty wealthy. The biker businesses, you can buy all the weed place, the cocaine lockup, and the meth lab. But you're not going to do any sales. Don't bother doing the big sales unless you're in a private. There's absolutely no reason for you to be trying to risk the product, and it just sucks. Like, the sale missions are just not fun to do. It's a headache, and I hate it. Instead, you can use GTA Lens, and you can sell to the dealers probably about twice a day. So that's going to net you another 200, 300K. Something around there. And you can get the Terabyte and the Garment Factory, and that will also generate you passive income. And you can do like 4 missions for that place, and then you never have to do any missions again, and it will permanently generate a small amount of income for you, and you never have to go there again, ever. And you can ignore it for good. And so I make a small amount off of that. I do not own the bail office, and I do not recommend the bail office. I actually would prefer you to get the auto shop. You go to the auto shop, you mod the 2 cars, and then you make your employees go and deliver them. And you can make another 98 to 100K, somewhere in that range. 90,000 to 100,000 off of that. And then, so the agency, the nightclub, the salvage yard, the arcade, the garment factory, and I think that's it. I don't think there's anything besides the bail office after that. I would not recommend getting the bail office. I don't like it. From what it sounds like to me, it doesn't even net you that much money, and it seems like it's way too much maintenance to give a shit about it. I think it's probably maybe the worst business in the game. And then, yeah, and then the drugs. So when you have all that together, you're going to be netting around $1 million, and you don't even have to do anything. Like, you, relatively speaking, you're not going to do a whole lot of grinding and you just have to make sure the businesses are running how they're supposed to be running. Like, a little bit of maintenance, but not nearly as difficult as running heists or doing setups or wasting all your time doing shit you don't want to do. Like, you can just stay in the session, do the little things, and that's it. And it's really easy. You don't have to worry that much.
You worthless piece of shit.
Fuck. I really need this code. Sorry, I'm getting distracted because I'm actually playing. But yeah, the main point of this video is kind of just to explain what businesses are meta and what businesses aren't. So yeah, the arcade is not meta because obviously you have to pay like 25 million to get all the fucking machines, or it's some exorbitantly large amount of money to get all the machines. However, when you have the machines, then you can ignore your arcade forever and never have to go there again for any reason. The arcade also is used for the diamond heist, but I absolutely recommend you not do the diamond heist. It sucks, it's trash, Again, you have to do a lot of work and a lot of maintenance and a lot of bullshit that you could otherwise not do. So you don't. The objective of what I'm telling you is so that you don't have to worry about playing the game. You can just be in the session and do whatever you want. You can drive your car, have fun, like mess with players, whatever your heart desires, and you'll be making money by just doing that. Like, that's the whole point. Occasionally, like, if you want to do the missions, you can do the missions. But the missions that you're doing are so easy and not difficult and not a headache and not griefable. Like, you're not going to have to worry about griefers. You're not going to have to worry about any stress. So basically, when you are doing work, it's not stressful because you don't have to worry about people fucking with you or losing product or you name it. And then on top of that, the nightclub also gives you the truck. The truck delivery, it'll accumulate an even larger amount of money over a greater amount of time than the 200K that you're normally getting. And they'll put it in the truck. Now that thing is where you got to get a little worried. So I recommend being CEO and selling in a public. If you're gonna sell in a public, you have to be experienced. You have to know how those missions are gonna go and be prepared for the worst. If you start getting shot at while you're trying to do the delivery and you haven't yet gotten to your first delivery yet, just session swap and it'll cancel the mission and you'll lose a little bit of product, but you won't lose everything. And then you can just wait a little while and try again. So you can just session hop and they won't be able to do anything oh yeah, I forgot to mention, you have to spend a little bit to upgrade all the delivery trucks in the nightclub. The van, the medium-sized truck, and the large-sized truck, upgrade all those, because then that'll make it so they can't just instantly blow it up on one rocket. It's going to take a couple shots before they can blow it up, and that gives you plenty of time to session hop so you don't lose everything. But yeah, and if you do lose everything, all you got to do is wait, but you're still going to be making the 200K minimum while you're waiting for it to fill up again. And lastly, you're going to want to invest in the Acid Lab. The Acid Lab should always be done in a public session because you're making 500K instead of 300K. And again, you're going to want to be CEO so you can ghost. And so I'll quickly show off what I mean by that, how to do that. If you think it's going to be stressful, just watch how easy this is. I'll do one of those missions for you, assuming MUT's full. So you're going to always want to come right here to this location when you sell, because that is where the ideal location for selling acid is. And then here's the breakdown of all the businesses. So this is what I have right now because I went AFK, so all the work I did earlier to maintain these is now completely undone because I didn't keep playing. But assuming I had kept playing, all these would be at like 100K or more. So nightclub, 45, that could be as high as 250. Arcade, that could be as high as 100,000. Right now we're at 19K. Agency, this can be, I think, 150,000. 100 to 150,000. Salvage yard can go all the way up to 250, same as the nightclub. Garment factory can go all the way up to 100 or more, I think, maybe even 150. And then hands-on can go up to 100. So altogether it would be, let's see, 500,000 for just these, another 100K, another 100K, another 100K, another 100K at least. So a total of $1 million passive without doing anything. Like once you've done the maintaining or the maintenance missions. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm being retarded. Can't say maintenance for shit. But yeah, so all together, you can just drive around like I'm driving around and wait a couple in-game days, and bam, you have a huge payday, and you didn't do any heists, you didn't do anything, you don't need other players, you don't need any help. You can do it all solo, and it basically is so easy to do. Oh, whoops, I wasted my ghost. Fuck. I was gonna use Ghost to show how easy it is to do acid deliveries. Alright, assume... So if I die, it's because I fucked up and used Ghost early. But... either that or this isn't even gonna be full. I don't know. We'll see. Oh, what the... It's not letting me sell. The blue thing is not here. Well, this video is a wash. Oh, never mind. I can until lab. Alright, so come back here. Oh yeah, also remember to come back here and do the little thing in the back. Alright, we have 200k, perfect. This'll work. All we want to do is sell. So there's three possibilities. One, we're gonna have to go to the garage.
I was just thinking, what is, like, the most important thing?
Okay, so this one is in Sandy, and it's not gonna be that difficult. So here we go. We're gonna go to Sandy as fast as we can get there. Alright, here we go. Ghost is gonna let us go there in peace, and once we're in Sandy, it's really not gonna be that difficult. And we should get around 400k if we complete this. I spent all my money, but I used to have like 20, 30 mil. Because I just didn't spend anything. So if you play like a good amount every day and you're consistent, in the next month you'll have like 20, 30 million. Even more probably than that, I don't know. But probably at minimum 20 to 30 million in a month. But if you're playing like 8 hours a day, then you're gonna have like 20, 30 million in like 3 weeks. So instead of 4 weeks. Maybe even less. You could potentially do it in 2 weeks. You really just have to really stay on and stay active in the session. But as long as you're in a session playing the game, you'll be making a good amount. And if you own all of the businesses, once you've bought all the businesses, then yeah, after that you can mostly just enjoy your time and not really have to do any grinding or have any friends. So if you're in the boat of like, oh, I don't have any friends to do heists with, just... Oh, we might get griefed. There's a rocket bike right near me. Damn. Oh yeah, he's coming in for the grief. Oh. Maybe he isn't coming in for the grief.
Hi. What service are you looking for? I can do it, but not for long. You'll have a...
He's not coming in for the grief. Wow. Alright. I was actually thinking I was gonna get grief for the first time ever doing the acid. But, nope. I've done about 100 or more acid deliveries, and I've never gotten messed with once. So, oh, no, actually that's not true. I've gotten messed with a total of twice after 100-something deliveries. This one's kind of easy because you can just stash it and buzz off. Occasionally, though, when you come over here, you're gonna have to stash it, and then there's gonna be cops. Oh, the rest is in. Oh yeah, the rest is at the top. So we're actually really lucky because nobody's even up there. But yeah, so that's why I go there. The reason I go there is because occasionally it'll actually have you come up here, and people don't care about being in Sandy at all. Like nothing. The major places where you're gonna get griefed are in Los Santos. So if you're up really high up in the mountains, it's very unlikely that you're going to have to worry about having ghosts or anything like that. So we actually lucked out this time because I wasted mine. I wasted my ghost because I would have hit it when I got up there. I would have gotten up there, hit ghost, and then the 3 deliveries would have been a piece of cake, and then we would have the 400k. But we're gonna get it either way. It's just a little bit harder because I'm global signal. But yeah, all you gotta do is find like a session where if you want to take the temperature of a session first, just see how many people are dying a minute in the kill feed. Like if you see that the kill feed kind of has a death every now and then, but nothing crazy, you're gonna probably be in a grinder session, or you're gonna be in like a chill session where nobody's really fighting. If you're seeing people dying left and right over and over and over again, then just wait it out until that stops or swap. And then on top of that, investigate how many people are up in Sandy, because if there's a lot of people up in Sandy, then something's up. Something's not correct about the session. But if it's completely abandoned, like it usually is, then you might be in a grinding session. And then you just gotta hope that you're lucky enough to actually be in Sandy. Alright, this is where we use bribe. Because we don't want to participate in the sting. There will be at least one sting. There are sometimes even 2 stings, so you're gonna have to be vigilant. On the second sting, if you get cops, you have to call Lester. There's another one where you have to take it to a parking garage. Do not take it inside the parking garage. Try to find the sting car. They're going to be parked outside the garage somewhere, and you want to shoot that car so that you get the cops. And then you're going to want to go to the Lose the Cops tunnel. If you don't know what the Lose the Cops tunnel is, I'll make a separate video. If you guys comment, I need to know where it is. I'll show you where the Lose the Cops tunnel is if you don't know. This video is for new GTA players that don't know how to make cash at all, period. How to get enough to afford your first business, which has to be the agency because it's the one that gives you the most money. As a new player, the agency is the best for new players because you just do the Dre heist over and over, and you can get like 4 or 5 million, and then you're set up. This strategy is also really. Oh, yep. Here's the second sting, but we're still on bribe, so they can't do shit. And that was 5 out of 5. So now we can do whatever we want. We could die. We could get blown up. It will not matter. You're still gonna get paid. And yeah, so that's how to do that. So the passive income's also really helpful because I think while you're doing the Dre heist, it will pay out, but I'm not sure 100%. I think you might have to be in session for the. Yeah, see, look, hands on at 45k now. So we just made. So we're at 2 mil now. And we're slowly accumulating, so when it turns daytime, I'm gonna get paid on all of these businesses. I'm gonna get paid on, except for the bail office. And oh yeah, so I also said auto shop. So my auto shop's down here. I'll show you quickly how that works. The auto shop's kind of helpful.
Okay, those guys were super impressed. Word's gonna spread fast.
I'll fly down there just to show you what I mean. How to make cash like you wouldn't believe, baby. And you don't have to do heists. You can just always be in a session. You can fuck around after that. Alright, so the auto shop's pretty cool, but it kind of sucks. The reason why I say it kind of sucks is because I actually have to go there and do work. But it's really simple stuff. And then you just make them deliver the vehicle for you. Because we don't do work. Well, we don't do a lot of work. We don't do as much grinding as the heisting people. That shit sucks. A lot of people are like, oh, you got heists? And I'm like, no, I never play heists. Heists are trash. Their payouts are awful, and it takes way too long. I'm all about efficiency, taking as little time as possible, and then I'm back to playing the game. Like, that's the strategy we're using to make money. And so I hope GTA 6 takes notes on which businesses I think are good and which are trash. I might buy the bail office just to see how garbage it is and reevaluate. I would rather own it and say how bad it is than not own it and say how bad it is, but from what I could tell, somebody told me that you have 2 employees and you can have them do this bail stuff for you. Right, but you have to do something that makes it take extra effort to get them to do that, and then they don't even pay out that well. So that's why I never bothered, because I was like, if it takes so much maintenance, then I'm not going to want to do it, because I need it to not have maintenance. I need to be able to go do like 2 missions, 3 missions at most, and then be done, and then I can ignore it. That's the kind of business I like, because I'm not trying to have to go and manage every little thing. I'm the business owner. I should not have to do the employee shit. The employees should be doing that. Alright, so here's the auto garage. Why I think it's kind of mid, but it is helpful if you're really trying to recover your funds and you need that extra 100K. So the auto shop, you just come on in here. Alright, perfect. It'll have cars for you. You're gonna service, you're gonna respray, we're gonna... Oh, they want sea green, so they're gonna ask for like whatever customizations they want. We got transmission, sports, we got turbo, and they want the street brakes. They want the triple painted. They want the carbon grinder. They want the Alright, now I've done all their customizations. Now you can go ahead and add whatever you feel like. They want straight Z concave. I'm not seeing that anywhere. What the fuck is he talking about? Synthetic. Oh, whoops, I'm retarded. Color. Yeah, we'll go with purple. Tires. Bullet. Confirm this and then make your staff deliver it. And then come over here. Oh yeah, it makes you wait before you can do this one. Do the same thing. See what I mean? How it takes a while. And we need suspension. Transmission, sports. Turbo. Bodywork. You just want to do the things that it's asking you to do. And then, bam, you confirm this. And then staff deliver. And now you're gonna get paid whatever. And then you leave. And that's it. That's the auto shop. And you never have to come back until it fills up the 2 cars again. And bam, now we're finished. So we did all the prep. Now I'm gonna call Raph to show you kind of how this business works, a little bit more in-depth detail. It's gonna start accumulating heat while you, oh yeah, it also tells you your work earnings. So when you go and do the missions that are called money laundering missions, it'll give you a pool of money. They're gonna be washing this cash, so you're gonna be getting that as, that's gonna count down per every 100K you pull out. And then you're eventually gonna have to do it again. It also accumulates 100K much faster than your other businesses do, from what I can tell. And that's it. If it's low, you don't have to do anything. If you have high heat, then you're gonna have to do one of the missions. You can call Tony for the nightclub. He can give you stuff to make sure that the popularity is high. And then I'll go into the nightclub to explain how that works. And then I'll show you the breakdown of why the nightclub makes what it is for me. And you need to know that you need the other businesses in order to get the maximum amount possible from the nightclub. What I mean is, this is going to have to do with your truck. It has nothing to do with your passive income. Your passive income is totally going to be 250K tied to popularity. That's it. Your truck deliveries are what is going to be getting you the really big amount. And the truck deliveries are contingent on you owning the other stuff that I also own. So I'll show you why, or I'll show you what I mean by that in a second. Alright, so inside the nightclub, you're going to be immediately greeted with a prompt. If you haven't been to your nightclub for more than 30 minutes, or if you haven't been to your nightclub in a bit, I think the minimum amount of time you have to wait is 30 minutes before another one of these events pops up. But it might be sooner than that. See, Salvage Yard's already at 120K and I did nothing. You saw what I've been doing and I just made 120K. And that's not even how much I can actually get. Oh, on top of that, when you tow a car, you get paid for salvaging the car. So you get the salvage price and you get the scrap price. So it's gonna be generating at your nightclub, but then you're also getting paid for the car itself that you brought in. So I'll show you how to do that. All right, inside here, this is your paradise. This is for new players who don't know how to make money. I can't stress this enough. All right, here's where it shows your nightclub property. We are pretty high, so we don't need to do promote right now, but we can. If you want to change that, we can actually just rebook one of the other DJs that we went and got a while back ago. If they blow you up, if they grief you while you're doing picking these idiots up to drive them to your nightclub, fucking do an invite only and stop doing your setup missions. If you have to set up the business, go into an invite only, because you can do that in an invite only now. You don't have to be in a public to set the business up. Here's the event I'm talking about. This is actually a really ideal event because you can stay in your nightclub to do it. The other event makes me leave and drive somebody home. And boom, just like that, I'm at full popularity. Didn't even need to do the popularity mission. So we don't have to give a shit. If your popularity is at half, then you can call Tony, do a mission, and you'll be back to full. And as long as popularity's up, you don't have to worry about this business. You can leave and never come back until your popularity is low. Then you have to come back, maintain, and go, and then you can go off and do your own thing again. It really doesn't take that long. And you'll be making passive income the whole time that you're playing and doing other shit. Here's your DJs. Alright, here's the truck. So the truck, cargo and shipments, this is because I own the office. You can own the office and do 0 work for the office, and you'll get this as a benefit. So you can now assign one of these 5 fuckers to do the office, and the office is gonna, so they're gonna just generate money for you based off of that. Whoops, my controller died. 1 second. So if you own the office, all you have to do is own the office. So if you're rich enough, buy the office and then don't use it ever to do anything at all because it sucks. But buy it so that you can use one of these guys as it. Sporting goods. This is if you own the bunker. So you can buy the bunker. You're going to need to buy the bunker eventually if you want the Mark II weapons. Do not sell the bunker. Only ever refill the bunker with money. It's going to cost you every time you do it. And just let it sit there and do the research for you. Don't bother fucking selling the bunker. Do not bother taking the bunker seriously as a business. It sucks. South American imports. What is this one? I forget. Usually it tells you. Oh, cocaine. Okay, yeah. So this is your cocaine lockup. So if you own the cocaine lockup, it's that you can assign one of these guys. They'll make you more money for your truck. Pharmaceutical is meth. So if you own the meth biker business, you can assign somebody here, which I have. That's this guy. This guy's doing the meth, and he's going to fill my truck. And then the final one that I have is weed. The weed business will help me fill my truck. We never bought the counterfeit cash business. It sucks. And we never bought the forged documents business. That one sucks. And then, so because I have 5 of these, and it's telling me how much they're accruing. So they're accruing 50, they're accruing 100, whatever the fucking case. The point is, it's sitting here and giving me money. I'm ignoring it because it's at 100,000. But this can go as high as 1.2 mil. So it's going to be accumulating that in the background for you. But you actually have to do the mission to sell the truck. So I'll show you how that works. we're gonna do the really low sale. And because we're in the public, we're gonna be making money.
Worried about being caught with all this illegal stuff. Our buyers
That's a lot of shit going on. I don't care if I get griefed either because it's only 100K. But as you can see, I fully upgraded this van, so it's pretty good. Oh yeah, they want me to use this. Okay, this is one of the missions. Occasionally, they're gonna have you do this thing to figure out where the drop-off is. Alright, then you have to drive there and drop it off. I'll be making a little more because we have people in the session, so I'll be making, I think, 50K off of each head, but I don't know. Forget. Or I'll get griefed. Who knows? Who cares? I only have 100K. Literally could give a fuck. But yeah, you have to do whatever the sale mission is. If it's 1.2 million, then you're going to be in the large truck. You're going to be selling the largest of the 3 vehicles. I recommend upgrading them all so that way it's harder to mess it up. Alright, now we have to do the sightseer again. Alright, now we have the second location. But it's going to be a lot different because we would be in the large truck and we would be selling for like 1.2 million. And that is completely independent of the 250K that you make off of popularity only. So all you have to do is own the nightclub and have it be popular to get the 250K at base. This is the other stuff that I was talking about has to do with the truck only, like I said. So this van that I'm doing is based off of me owning the other businesses that I was talking about. And then what I was talking about with the drugs, weed, coke, and meth, if you own those places and the Terabyte and the garment factory, you can upgrade the Terabyte so that you can buy the drugs for your MC inside the Terabyte. And there's one other strategy that I need to explain for that specifically to get that extra passive income that doesn't show up. It doesn't show up in here. You can't claim those businesses in here. You can also, you have to pay like $7 a month to be able to even use that app in the first place. I'm only using it so that I don't actually have to go to my businesses, but I'm only using it so that I can show you the data faster. You don't have to buy that at all, and I wouldn't recommend it either. Giving Rockstar money is a stupid idea. But anywho, just giving you all the info you would need to know to make money. Assume we were in a big truck and not this van and that we're selling for 1.2 million. That's usually what you're going to be able to do. However, the truck takes forever to fill, so don't really rely on that as your main source of income. Your main source is going to be your nightclub passive and your salvage passive. Alright, now we have to do this again. I'm not going to go really in-depth detail about the arcade. Just know that you have to buy the arcade machines in order for it to give you the max passive income you can get. That is super expensive, like I said earlier. But once you do, you never have to go to that business again, so we're not going to be going to show off how any of that shit works. once we are finished with this drive, I'll wrap up everything I was talking about, finishing off with explaining how drugs works, and then the secret strategy, and then the secret business, which is unreliable, and you aren't going to guaranteed make profit off of it every time. You may even lose money off of it. So just be aware that the secret business is not so secret and it's not so reliable. I'm just going to spoil it. You go to the casino and you bet on the horses. There's certain horses you can bet on that are more likely to win, but they can still lose. And at any given time, you could lose to a horse that should have never won, and the payout could have been crazy. I have never won a jackpot off of any of the crappy horses. However, you could potentially, theoretically, win a jackpot off of one of the crappy horses. Will you? The answer is no. The second way is to go into your penthouse and do a blackjack with more than one player and do the max possible bet. You have to have at least 1 million chips in order to feel like you would be able to stand a chance at winning blackjack. Then you do your first bet and you make sure it's a max bet. You want to get anywhere from 7 to 16, anywhere in that range as your starting number, and then you double down. If it's past 16, don't bother double down. Hit or stand if it's past 16. And the objective is for one of you guys to make the dealer bust. And if the dealer busts, everyone at the table gets paid. And the more times you can get the dealer to bust, the more times you get paid. And you can make as much as 200,000 a round. So the more you guys are making the dealer bust, the better. If the dealer isn't busting, then you need to leave the table, because you're going to be losing money. See, now my nightclub's at 100,000, give or take 5K. See, look at all this. Hands on 45, 10K, 120, 69, 23, 95. You see how it works? It's gonna... You don't have to do anything, and you're making money like crazy. And you don't have to grind, you don't have to do anything stressful. Nothing. Alright, now I'm going to go into the final businesses, like what I said earlier. So, as I said, I own these 3 right here. You have to buy the car wash, which then also allows you to buy, but you have to go here in person and buy it in person, so you have to know where it is, because it doesn't show you that at first. And then smoke on the water. And by buying those 3, you have the money fronts DLC, and that's going to earn you 100K. So that's how to get that set up. The garment factory is okay, but I wouldn't recommend really paying a whole lot of attention to that. It's just extra passive, but it's not very good. The hangar, don't bother unless you like planes and want to store your planes. Don't bother with the hangar. The hangar's for rich people. You're not rich. Bail office, don't bother. Salvage yard, I will bother because I have nothing to lose off of buying it, but you as a new player should not bother. Salvage yard, definitely get it, and definitely do not get this one. If you want a good salvage yard, I would recommend the one that's right next to the arena. That one's pretty good. Oh shit, it's on sale? Don't mind if I do. I love this business. Aw, 2.3, fuck you. I guess I'll get that later. Oh shit, never mind. I don't have enough for it right now, but it's nice that it's on sale. So yeah, salvage yard, great business. It's gonna cost you like 3 mil to set that up. That's why I said you're gonna have to do the agency first and then bang out like a bunch of Dre heists before you can ever hope to own any of these other businesses. Then you want The auto shop, maybe that one's good. Arcade, probably last. Nightclub, right after the salvage yard. Bunker, just to have it for the research, but that's for rich people, or like richer than you are. Oh yeah, you gotta buy the clubhouse. So the clubhouse, you have to go to the clubhouse when you bought it. I own this one. Up, all the way up here. You go to that clubhouse and you buy meth, weed, and coke lockups. Once you've bought those, then you can go into and you own the terabyte and the garment factory. If you own all of that shit that I just told you, then I'll show you how to do it. This is the secret strategy. So this is how you refill those. So you open up here and you get your terabyte, and as soon as it lets me call it in, I'll call it in. Alright, perfect. Now we're gonna go there and I'll show you what to do. So you're gonna leave your CEO. You're gonna hope nobody becomes a CEO in the time it takes me to get into this fucking stupid thing. You can come over here to your truck. Oh yeah, I forgot. Buy the Acid Lab. I forgot. Acid Lab, I absolutely can't emphasize how great the Acid Lab is, and get the upgrade. However you have to do the upgrade, whatever you have to do to get the upgrade, figure it out. I think you have to do all the stupid freaks missions to do it. But whatever it takes to get the upgrade, it's massively worth it. Definitely do it. Alright, anyway. So, then you register, you become president, you use Square, you come in here, you're gonna buy these. You have to do this quick, because I've never been raided. You buy all these, and then you immediately, as soon as you're done, you disband. Do not stay in your MC longer than that. It has to be at least like 30 seconds. And then you can re-register as a CEO. And then you leave. And then that's it. And now your drug businesses are refilled. It's really convenient. And the more businesses you have, the more passive income obviously you're gonna have. And then after that you can just chill and do absolutely goddamn nothing, and you'll get paid to do whatever you feel like. So you can go to your yacht, you can go to do anything you want. And then, yeah, you'll just be coming in here and collecting all of your income, whatever it may be. And that's the breakdown of all the businesses, how to get them, how to operate them, and everything. I'll be doing a breakdown, I guess, of the bail office if people want me to do it, but I don't really see the point in owning it at the moment, and I also don't have enough to really care to have it at this point in time. So once I get to 14-15 million again, which will take a little bit, I'll do a video on it. But as of right now, I don't have enough. But yeah, if you want to know how much I've made total for having all of them over my entire career, I've made $800 million. So, yeah, doing pretty much nothing. So you never have to do a heist, ever. So yeah. Hope you enjoyed this full business breakdown. And God bless you on your mission to try to get rich before GTA 6 happens.